Good evening. My name is Tatiana Hogan, and my topic for this week is going to be about life skills in secondary education, as well as in introductory college classes. Now, I think when people think of life skills, they think it's like a rite of passage to go through difficulty in life. When that doesn't have to be the case. I think schools have the capacity to teach us communication skills, finance skills, and mindfulness skills, as well as basic classes that have actually been taken out of a lot of schools, like cooking, sewing, and so on and so forth. So I wanted this presentation to focus on what we can do to implement life skills into schools and how we can change the current curriculum to best suit students to not only be professionals, but as well as prosperous adults. Now, I think the importance of life skills is just life is already hard enough, but on top of not knowing how to navigate that life outside of what you have done throughout your entire secondary education experience, that just sums up how to be a professional student. It doesn't really focus on how to be a productive adult. Now, finance. I think a lot of people, when they're taking math classes, it's generic. It's algebra, basic math, and if you're really advanced, calculus or statistics or something. And then right as soon as you go into college, for those of us that do pursue a college education, it's statistics or algebra, because those are the two basics that every major needs, besides engineering, or if you want to be a mathematics major or something like that. Finance isn't taught, and I feel like that's part of life, because sewing, you can cut back on the money that you're getting for just getting clothes over and over again. And mechanics, I can literally tell you nothing about a car. I can tell you how to start it. That's pretty much it. And I don't know anything like that. And I think that would be beneficial for people who go into woodworking and who want to go into technology and who want to go into fashion design or something in that area. That can be beneficial for a lot of students who don't take the college route. So I think secondary education can be a foundational place where students can get the education that they don't plan on pursuing to a higher level, and they can still have a productive life with it. Now, I wanted to go over the 3 sources that I found that I think really correlate to what life skills are really about, and how schools are taking advantage of the benefit students can get from gaining those life skills. The first source that I found is from a blog post written by Stephen Geis. His whole blog was about how schools are not taking advantage of the benefit that life skills can have to students, and is basically a letdown to how prosperous students can actually be. Because it's one thing to be in school and you're always being rewarded, or like your effort is always being rewarded. We know in life, effort does not mean reward. You can go to job interview after job interview for a job, and if you don't meet the requirements of that job, or if that job interviewer does not like you for whatever reason, you're not going to get that job. No matter the requirements that you have, no matter your degrees, no matter how nice you are, no matter your communication skills, if you aren't in the position that interviewer wants you to be, then you're not going to get that job. But schools teach you that effort into your GPA and effort into the grades that you get is always going to come back and give you reward. And life is just isn't like that. And my second source is an article written by Dr. Carol. She's actually a communication professor as well. And her whole blog post was about how communication could benefit students to be better in the job force. Because a lot of jobs, it depends on how you communicate your skills and that's how you get the job, or how you communicate your skills, and that's how you win people over when you're networking. And I think in schools, communication touched on because you're in school. The only thing that you need to communicate is that, yes, I did homework. But it goes a far lot deeper in how to be a productive adult when you have proper communication skills. And my last source is actually a TED Talk by Ted Dintersmith. And he goes into how he's actually a parent, and he did a side-by-side version of what students actually need in schools versus the things that they teach in schools that don't really matter outside of a classroom or outside of a specific career. And he also he also touched on how certain aspects of school that aren't life skills can actually jeopardize the productivity of students. And I wanted to show you guys my PowerPoint. Okay, I'm gonna post it in the Blackboard so you guys can see it the other way. I really didn't know how to show you guys my PowerPoint and me at the same time. So yeah, sorry if it's backwards. All right, hope you guys enjoyed my speech, and I hope you learned something, or at least thought about something, and thank you.